Working to get better, and I see his confidence level constantly rising. I think that's going to be the big thing for him moving forward is we're able to do it on the field in practice, and then that first game able to face adversity he faces here and overcome it just like he's doing now. And I think I'm seeing the confidence in his ability to do that. And so the more that we're putting him in those positions in practice, the better off he'll be going into the season.
There's a lot of talent across the defensive line. What do you think Roderick Washington needs to do to maybe see more snaps or have a greater impact this season?
Well, I trust Rod like I trust anybody up front. He's a hard worker. He can play multiple spots just throughout the game. I've seen him play a 1, a 3, a 5, a 6, sometimes a 9. And so his ability to be flexible among the front helps him to play in a lot of different situations. Obviously, his strength and his size, you love him in the run game, and then his smarts and knowing how to rush and pass lanes and, working new moves help him shows up in the pass game. And so, I'm expecting him to play a good little bit.
The defensive line maybe has the most continuity from last year to this year. What has it been like just watching them as a unit?
It's also watching them grow together as one unit. Obviously, know them as individuals, but in a meeting situation or in a practice situation, we're in Indy and they're talking to each other and encouraging each other and giving coaching points that maybe we gave in meetings to another guy, especially the younger guys, and seeing them progress from the beginning of camp to where we are now is just helping the group play together as one. Like I was just telling them, post practice, this team goes as a front goes, and so just taking on that responsibility and the ownership because. Mike Pierce would say it means, our goal is to be the number 1 defensive line in the NFL. And so we have to practice like it and then have to be consistent day in and day out. So that's one of the things that I definitely see in that front.
Goodness, in the secondary, we see a lot of positional versatility, if you will. Some of that, obviously, up front, too. How, sort of important is that?
It's very important. You're not playing, not taking 10 D linemen into a game. And so you have to have guys who can play inside and outside. I know Herb gives us that flexibility a lot. Obviously, Beeks and his athletic ability can do a lot of things, and Travis too. And so just cross-training guys and putting them in those situations in practice, giving them confidence, I can play interior, I can play exterior, kind of helps build that because it's very important, going forward.
With Justin Madubuike, what in you looking at him and seeing him in practice, what do you think makes him so special?
He's so explosive. His hips and his hands are so fast, but he's also strong. And so that's kind of what makes him unique. And the ability to play, run at elite level, and then turn around and play pass at elite level changes the game for any interior linebacker. Regardless of who you are.
Right.
And so having the ability to do that, I believe, is what makes him special. And his want to get better every day. He comes out here, hey, coach, my hand placement, what you think about it here? My foot, where my eyes, consistently, telling me that and staying on top of that. He's really an impressive young man, just in general. But I believe that's what makes him special.
Do you see, talking of versatility and Madubuike being explosive, do you see a scenario in which you could even have him out on the edge, just certain pass scenarios, just to kind of rush out?
You could actually put him everywhere because he has what I was just describing, those unique tools of being quick and strong. And so you can definitely put him on the edge, and especially, pass situations or even run situations. He's big enough to set an edge and send things inside. That's what we're asking him to do, or any type of movement. Obviously, he's quick enough to get to any gap that we ask him to. So he could definitely play inside and out. Again, going back to the versatility of the front and the ability for guys to play different roles.
Last year they really focused on combining some of the work that the outside linebackers do and defensive line. What has that been like, just working hand in hand with the outside linebackers?
We call it the defensive front, and so we're all together, outside linebackers, interior defensive linemen. This is the unit, and so we need to work together. We have to work together. We have to be in unison with each other. If we're working in pass rush and we're working rush lanes and we're playing off of each other, we have to be on the same page. And so working together, gels that group as one. And I think the more that we do that, as you see in practice, the better off it is as a unit.
Going back to Justin, Travis, he was talking about how much he's learning from Justin and how he strives to be on that level. How have you seen Justin emerge as a mentor? on the D-line?
Seeing them just be vocal, whether it's in meeting rooms and, we're going over something, maybe we went over something before and like a young guy might have missed it, and he'll be able to see, hey, we just went over it. Remember your eyes, giving guys like little bits and stuff like, hey, look at this guy's knee, look at that guy's foot. He's going to tell you what's coming ahead because he's a smart player as well. And so some of those, pre-snap adjustments that he's given, within the line helps guys. And so I believe he's a leader. I mean, obviously because of his play, but just also because of the human that he is.
Justin's known for asking a lot of questions. What has that been like in the meeting rooms?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Like we love to have like open dialogue, making sure that we all see it the same. If we see it different, I mean, maybe there was a different way that they played it before, or a different way of presenting it, and everybody's being vocal and talking. And I like when Justin talks because obviously people want to know answers. He asks a question, but it's been great. It's been great, and I think the team or the front gets better because of stuff like that.
Has he ever stumped you before with one of his questions?
Not yet, but I'm sure it's on the way.
What's it been like working with Chuck Smith?
Oh, I love working with Chuck. Like I've said before, like I knew Chuck before I got here. Obviously all the pass rush stuff he was doing, out in Georgia and different stuff like that. Back when I was in college ball, so it's really cool to sit and go over, drills, pass rush drills, and combining like the things that how I see it and the things that he sees, and making it one and making it ours, and the guys like loving the approach to it. And so, I mean, he's been awesome. I mean, also he's been helping me, with the transition, coming here because he's been here for a year. He's been awesome, and I love working with him. Amazing coach.
All right.
Great.